Hello to everyone and welcome to Mac Fitness. My name is Marco
And my name is Chris.
and we are personal trainers.
The subject of today is back squat. In the end of this video, you're going to be able to answer to questions like what is back squat,
Why is it important?
which muscles are involved in back squat,
How to perform it correctly?
and who should do back squat.
Stay with us.
Enjoy the video and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Welcome back. As always, we will start by some theory. Sooner than you think, Marco will talk about biomechanics of back squat, and then you will learn how to perform the exercise correctly.
Back squat is one of the most important exercises for beginners, for intermediate and advanced level, as well as the professional athletes. Back squat is one of the four basic movements that is a multi-joint exercise primary for for lower body, which actually involves whole body. Here on board we have anterior and posterior side of the human's body and some of the most important muscles involved in back squat. Let's start from quadriceps femoris. This muscle contains four muscles. We have a vastus group here. So we have vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and vastus intramedius. We also have here rectus femoris. The primary function of this muscle is extension of leg in a knee joint. The highest activation of quadriceps femoris is around of 90 degrees of knee extension. Here on this picture we have gluteus. Gluteus contain three muscles. We have gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, and gluteus minimus. So today we're gonna speak only about gluteus maximus and gluteus medius. So the main function of gluteus maximus is extension of leg in a hip joint, and the greatest activation of this muscle is on the bottom of the squat. So activation of this muscle increasing with the depth of the squat. Activation of gluteus medius is higher when we have our feet out during back squat, because gluteus medius is hip adductor. So let's say something about hamstrings. Hamstrings are also hip extensors. They have two roles. One is to help to gluteus maximus to extend the knee and to extend the hip, and another function is to stabilize knee joint. On this picture here we have adductor magnus. It's also hip extensor, and the function of this muscle is to help to gluteus maximus to extend hip. Activation of this muscle will be greatest when we have our stance a little wider than our shoulder. Okay, Chris can help us. Also, we don't have a picture on the board, but we're gonna use Chris back to show spinal erectors. This muscle gonna help us to keep our back straight up during a back squat. So also, thank you, Chris. So also we're gonna speak about abdominals. Yes, on this photo, on this picture here, the function of abdominals are to be antagonists to spinal erectors and to protect our lower back of hyperextension. Okay, let's say something about safety during back squat. Compressive force on your kneecap, actually on your patella and menisci, increasing with squat depth. But if you have a healthy knees, depth squat should not be an issue. By some studies, weightlifters have a healthier knees than average person. Wide stand also can increase compressive force on your knee joint. Also, let's say something about speed of the squat. Speed of the squat can increase shear force. That is a force we have on our ligaments. Also, squat depth can have an impact on shear force. Up to 90 degrees of squat depth, we have a shear force on our anterior crucial ligament. Deeper squat than 90 degrees, we're gonna have a shear force higher on our posterior crucial ligaments. On the bottom of the squat, our shear force on both ligaments, anterior crucial ligaments and posterior crucial ligaments, will be 0. Okay, let's learn some techniques. Okay, Chris is gonna help us. First, we're gonna learn how to pick up bar from a rack. Okay, Chris, can you show us that? You're gonna stand, you're gonna just move your hips forward. Okay, position of the bar should be on your upper trapezius. So we have basically two different positions of the bar. We have a high position of bar and a low position of bar, but today we're gonna speak only about high position of the bar, which should be on your upper trapezius. Grip on the bar should be as more as you can inside. So, but in the same time, you should feel comfortable with that grip. Also, we're gonna pull our shoulders back to protect our back, our upper back of rounding. Also, chest forward, and the position of elbows should be down. So don't lift your elbows up during the squat. Also, we're gonna slightly pull bar down, and we're gonna try to pull bar down through whole exercise. We're gonna put our blades together, and we're gonna try to squeeze our latissimus and stay in that position. Okay, so also I would like to tell you something about your lower back. Don't make excessive curve in your lower back. So we're gonna try to maintain lower back with a natural curve. Excessive curve gonna put a lot of pressure on your lower back, and especially on L4 and L5 discs. Yes. So also according to some studies, compression force on your L4 and L5 will be around 18% higher. Also about our abs, we're gonna try to squeeze our abs, and as we learned in the first part, that's gonna help us to protect our lower back of hyperextension. Okay, let's focus on lower body. First, I'm gonna ask Chris to take off shoes. Chris has running shoes, so it will be better to do without them. So if you have a flat shoes or lifting shoes, try to use them rather than do without them. Okay, first we're gonna learn about stance wide. So Chris, go with your feet in the line of your shoulders. Yes, and then now we're going to speak about position of our feet. position of the feet should be between 10 and 30 degrees. So, and you should feel comfortable with stance wide and with your feet position. Okay, during a back squat, we're gonna try to keep our knees in a line of your toes whole time. Yes, try to stay in that position better than go inside with your knees. Yes, that's gonna put a lot of stress on our knee joint. Okay, let's say something about limitations during back squat. So let's start from ankle joint. Let's say something about bad mobility of ankle joint. So bad mobility of ankle joint can decrease the possibility of our shin to go forward. That's gonna make more tension in our hips and reduce mobility in our hips joint. That's gonna reduce the possibility to go deep down in a squat. So how we can solve, besides the stretching of our ankle joint, we can use these plates, and Chris gonna show us elevated squat. Yes, this is gonna help us to decrease bad mobility in our ankle joints. So what is the proper depth of the squat? So we have three different depths of the squat. We have a quarter squat, yes. We have a parallel squat, yes, and we have a deep squat. All three options are proper options, so that which one you're gonna choose depend of your goals. So what is important for squat depth? The most important is your hip joint mobility. Okay, Chris, can you show us deep squat? Okay, freeze. Okay, so we're gonna look at a Chris lower back. The name for this is butt wink. This position for Chris is not good because he has excessive tension in the lower back. So look at Chris' butt. He has a rounded button down. So Chris, please go up. Yes. Look now in this part. He has his butt up. So this is a proper depth of the squat for Chris.
So let's start with the barbell.
Yes. Now Chris gonna show you proper squat